These are tough days to be a Vikings fan. 0-4 the season, still looking for a first win. We're breaking down the purple as they play Arizona today. Speaking of turnaround, the Twins, with off-season work of their own to get done, Hall of Famer Paul Molitor is talking hot stove. I'm back from New York City, one-on-one with the star of Real Steel. It's Hugh Jackman, and our high school spotlight shines brightly on swimming. It's all ahead. It's Game On. And once again, we're tucked right in downtown Minneapolis. It has been a gorgeous fall, great day for football. Checking out our amazing view and great atmosphere. Every day is great here at 7 Steakhouse, Sushi, Ultralounge, and Skybar in the heart of downtown Minneapolis at Block E. Best seat in the house. And once again, welcome. Good Sunday morning to you. I'm Rod Simons. This is Game On, powered by 7, your ultimate event destination. And whew, did we pick a good time to be feisty today on this Sunday. Vikings 0-4, Arizona coming in with just one win on the season, and Minneapolis native Larry Fitzgerald Jr. I guess you could say the Vikings desperately need a win. It has been an earful all week long here in this town. Fans are seriously unhappy. Vikings will, and the players are a little edgy too, I will tell you that. Being out there all week, players are edgy too. We'll see if we can't get something going today here on Game On, but we always start Game On by the numbers. And looking at it by the numbers, it's not pretty. Vikings 0-4 start hasn't happened since the 0-2 season. The only NFL team to ever make the playoffs after 0-4, the '92 San Diego Chargers. At 1-3, Arizona's here, featuring Minneapolis' own Larry Fitzgerald Jr. And the 1962 Vikings started 0-5. That was the worst start in Vikings team history. And normally we start with the Minnesota Viking, but they're 0-4, and we thought, you know, since we are really a fans show, we'd ask the fans how they're feeling, and no one better than one of the Viking World Order. It's Skull Scott, and he is a Minnesota-born and raised Vikings fan.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's been tough.
It's been a tough year. As I said, when you bleed purple, there are times that you bleed. This is one of those times. But we have more times where our blood is pumping strong and fierce, so.
How do the Vikings fix what they're in?
Well, we've got to stop the penalties for one. I mean, that's one of the immediate fixes right away. Too many bad penalties, and they've been at really, unfortunately, key times. You fix that up, you keep some drives alive. We'll have some first downs that we wouldn't have had back, and that's one of the things that's an easier fix than anything else. One
of the other things that is on the lips of hundreds of thousands of Minnesotans this week, Donovan McNabb or Christian Ponder?
That's a tough one, so I don't envy Coach Frazier on that decision. You know, he's said that he's sticking with Donovan, so.
For today, he's sticking with Donovan for the Arizona game.
Yeah.
But if they lose, what do?
Yeah, the time may come where you got to move on to the future.
There are two 4-0 teams in the black and blue division. The Vikings are 0-4. You are one of the few people that I've run into this week who said, your season's not over.
Heck no. We can take down the Bears. We can take down the Packers.
What?
Sure, we can take them down. One of the actual beauties of that rivalry with both cases is it really doesn't matter what the records are. Each team has beaten the other when they've been very overmatched and overrated. So.
I need to yell into this horn. Have you watched what the Packer? I'm not a gigantic Packer fan, but you know, even I am one of the first guys to say these guys look pretty good.
They're looking good so far. They've had a little luck, but you know, we can take them down. We're gonna do it.
Skull Scott, thank you for being with us.
You bet. My pleasure.
Number one, giving us a very unique perspective. For the first time, fan opening the show. Great stuff. Paul Molitor is next. And the Vikings, by the way, will...
Victory!
Only here on Game On. And don't forget, you can always catch up with us and get the latest on your teams at our site. It's GameOnTVMN.com. Great blogs. Vikings are covered A to Z by Shocker's Locker. Twins Insider is Brandon on baseball. We talk Wolves, Wild, MMA, and it's all our shows too right here. We link you to our Viking partner website, purplepride.org. So check us out, please. It's GameOnTVMN.com. Time for fans to weigh in. We call it Voice of the Fan, brought to us by Fan HQ at Ridgedale Mall. We're talking the 4 big teams in high school hockey this coming season.
Duluth East is absolutely loaded for bear. They're bringing just about everybody back. They've got the top forwards. Jake Randolph is my preseason Mr. Hockey winner. They've got the great coach in Mike Randolph. He's motivated, and they want to bring a championship back to Duluth, much like the Bulldogs did in the spring.
this all about?
We're giving Rich the NFL experience of a goal line dive.
Really?
There's an easier way to get an ultimate NFL fan experience. Just snap the tag wherever Bud Light is sold and you could win. Bud Light in the NFL. Here we go.
Can I make it?
Go to the internet, yes. Into the end zone, no.
Pick up the latest issue of Wheels of Thunder magazine. If it's on wheels, you'll find it in Wheels of Thunder. Full color photos of bikes, trikes, cars, trucks, and even sleds. High performance or right off the street. Mind-blowing power, speed, and custom touches. It's all in Wheels of Thunder magazine. Plus, find out about the latest races, rallies, and custom products and services in your area. Check out Wheels of Thunder on Facebook and follow them on Twitter. Wheels of Thunder.
Being creative is who we are.
At Wallingberg and Deeply, families are our passion. We help create new families.
This combination of experience, passion, and creativity allows us to fully represent individuals in family court crises.
Wallingberg and Deeply believes in families. We will listen, counsel, and advocate for you. Wallingberg and Deeply, the premier family law firm of Minnesota.
It's Game On, powered by 7, and you know this man, Hall of Famer Paul Molitor in the house.
Good to be with you, man.
Good to have you back. When we look at the Twins season, baseball pretty much done for the season,
Right.
Out of the playoffs. Give us some highs out of a season that has been remarkably painful with all the stuff that has happened.
Well, you do have to do a little searching to find those highs. You know? Yeah. I would like to say that although some of our young kids that came up didn't perform consistently or as intelligently as the manager would have had liked to seen, the experience factor that they gained is going to make these kids better players down the road. You know, you see the energy that Ben Revere brought and that little power surge we saw from Plouffe there for a while, and Parmalee coming up and having a good September.
Flashes from Repko.
Yeah, you know, Repko at times. So
Yeah.
I'm going to look at that. The veterans across the board, you know, Cuddy has stuck it out real well, and he's put together a 20 home run season. It's a tough season to gauge given the decimation by injuries, but we'll try to find some positives. We got our winter meetings, our organizational meetings coming up here shortly, and we'll try to start piecing it back together.
You've played a lot of baseball. You've been around the league a long time. Have you ever seen a season like this with all the injuries? Yeah. It's unbelievable.
Well, I don't think you can even fathom heading into a season that it's possible that your 1 to 6 hitters, you're going to get maybe the most 90 games is going to be the top amount of games. So, you know, it started early. It started in spring. Guys coming back from various injuries, not getting healthy, and it just never really got on track. I mean, the Nishioka breaking his leg really set that whole, you know, experiment to the background. And it's been a season of just trying to recover. I give Gardy and his staff a lot of credit for somehow keeping it together. The wins haven't been there, but you know, the clubhouse has still been pretty solid. So that's the leadership.
Can the Twins keep Kadire, you think?
I would love to see them keep Kadire. I mean, his value to the team, his leadership. You know, he's been a warrior. He's done what they've asked. He's played well, and I think he would be very difficult to replace. I think he wants to stay here, and hopefully they can find a way to get it done.
Joe Mauer, a season to forget for him. But a lot of good baseball left in him.
Well, I'm concerned about Morneau's span because the concussions things are so, you know,
unknown.
Yeah, it's unpredictable where they're going to go. In Joe's case, I think he's going to come back with a vengeance. You know, it's hard to imagine a player as popular as he is, one of the most popular athletes in the history of our state, and something turned there where he became kind of the guy that we look to as the reason this season fell apart. And I think he's going to come back very determined to make the memories of 2011 disappear.
Nice.
Hopefully.
More with our Hall of Famer, Paul Molitor, right here on Game On next. Don't forget, when you join us here at 7, we got you covered with a free charge for that cell phone. The T-Mobile charging station will take care of you and put a charge in that very important smartphone of yours. It's all courtesy of T-Mobile and 7. And as always, fans have a voice here on Game On. We call it Voice of the Fan, brought to us by Fan HQ at Ridgedale Mall. We're talking high school hockey. Who are the 4 surprise teams this fall? Here's the second of 4.
The Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights are a team that are a mini version of another team I mentioned, the Duluth East Greyhounds. They're young, they're talented, they can score, they've got goaltending, and they've got the master motivator in Ken Pauley. Look out for the Red Knights. They could win their first AA state title this year.
Ever feel like you're missing out on mobile internet because smartphone plans cost too much? T-Mobile's here to help. With America's largest 4G network, Facebook, gaming, entertainment, T-Mobile gives you all this for just $49.99.
Introducing T-Mobile's best plan ever. Unlimited data, talk, and text. 2 lines, just $49.99 each for a limited time. From America's largest 4G network.
T-Mobile.
Check out our latest 4G smartphones like the HTC Sensation and the MyTouch 4G Slide.
What's your 99?
Wendy's new 99-cent everyday value menu now has even more tasty ways to get what you want for 99 cents.
My 9 for 99. My 9 for 99.
The all-new Bacon 99er with thick applewood smoked bacon, or the new crispy chicken Caesar wrap with tender all-white meat chicken.
99.
My 99.
We got your 99.
Now there's 9 tasty choices for 99 cents.
We're back. It's Game On, powered by 7. Great to have you with us on this Sunday morning. Rod and Hall of Famer Paul Molitor in the house. We were just talking about the Twins and their laundry list of things. We could keep going forever. But as you go into the winter, one of the things that I found nice is that the poll lads said, okay, Gardy stays, GM stays, now let's get busy, let's fix this thing.
Right.
And there is a game plan, isn't there, from inside the offices?
You know, I'm not sure exactly what that plan is, but they're going to establish something that they'll prioritize the needs, whether it's re-signing our free agents or plugging a couple holes that we need to. But there will be a plan in place, and it'll be put into motion rather quickly, and we're going to have to start moving. But I'm glad that they haven't panicked, so to speak. You know, given everything that's taken place, these guys deserve a mulligan. It's been a great decade for Twins baseball.
Doubt.
And to panic and say these guys all of a sudden lost their ability to play or to coach would be foolish. So Jim's showing some patience, and I applaud him for that. But we will have to address a lot of things. I think everybody, including myself, I'm part of the player development staff. You know, I just came back from Instructional League, and we sat down and talked about things we're doing right and things that maybe we can get better at, and what do we need to do. So I think from top to bottom, we'll reevaluate, but basically we feel like we're on a good track.
Do you like the pitching that is in place for the most part on this roster?
You know, I think that the pitching is more of a concern going forward in the offense. I think our offense can be fixed rather quickly in terms of just getting some healthy people back. A little concerned about the middle infield, who's going to take over. But the pitching, you know, I would like to see someone emerge as a guy that we can count on as a stopper in the rotation. The bullpen's been in flux. Perkins has had a great year. You talk about positives.
Yeah.
That's been a big positive. His emergence as a quality guy in that bullpen. You know, question about Nathan coming back, and that's going to happen. But I think figuring out our pitching staff is going to be a lot more difficult than offensively for our club.
And when you look at beyond the Twins and you look crystal ball now, do you see Detroit being able to make a run deep and potentially being in the World Series?
Well, you know, they're kind of all in right now.
Yeah,
you know, they've made the trades, and they've given up some prospects to fill some holes with a couple guys in rotation, Delman, some other people who have all performed well for them.
Yeah, he's fit in.
You know, I think he's gone from 3 to 10 in home runs and RBIs and average and everything. So good for him.
Yeah.
But you know, I think they're not a young club. I mean, you got Verlander, you're always going to be in competition. I think he's an incredible pitcher. But this is kind of a big year for them because I'm not sure how many more chances they'll have at it.
Verlander MVP?
Can't do it.
Can't do it?
As much as he's done for that club, as a position player, maybe I'm a little biased, but we'll give him a nice, beautiful Cy Young award, and he can enjoy that.
I love the debate that goes on.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I've seen some pitchers win it. We have, you know, I had
not very often.
Pete Vukovich and Raleigh Fingers way back in Milwaukee, both won MVPs, you know, so maybe not Vuk. I know Raleigh did, but I have trouble giving that vote to a pitcher.
You're the best. Paul Molitor.
Hey, always good to be with you, man. My pleasure.
Thank you so much. Paul Molitor, Game On. As always, we'd love to have you join us for a live taping of Game On here at 7 at Block E downtown. Check our website for up-to-date guest updates. You can view all the shows too. And stay in touch with us through Facebook, Twitter, and all our shows are on iTunes as well. It's only Game On TV. And always on our radar, Fan HQ's Voice of the Fan. We're talking high school hockey. Who are the 4 surprise teams this fall? Here's the third of 4 from Pete Wagner.
I love the offensive play, but I also love the defensive play. The Minnetonka Skippers are loaded. Another team with veterans returning to the roster. Brian Urich has his team disciplined. They're in the toughest section in high school hockey, but they have the ability to put the puck in the net, which a lot of teams wish they can do. Look out for the Minnetonka Skippers.
Get the party started. Dial it. Pitbull together with Bud Light. Here we go.
Pick up the latest issue of Wheels of Thunder magazine. If it's on wheels, you'll find it in Wheels of Thunder. Full color photos of bikes, trikes, cars, trucks, and even sleds. High performance or right off the street. Mind-blowing power, speed, and custom touches. It's all in Wheels of Thunder magazine. Plus, find out about the latest races, rallies, and custom products and services in your area. Check out Wheels of Thunder on Facebook and follow them on Twitter. Wheels of Thunder.
Welcome back. It's Game On, powered by 7, the ultimate event destination in downtown Minneapolis. Great to be with you, Rod, and this is Clarence Bethea. Great to have you with us.
Yep, thanks for having me.
CEO of Second Chance Staffing, and he's also the host of Monday Night Football every Monday night here at 7. Before I ask you any questions, a little bit on Clarence. His story is remarkable.
He played high school basketball at an all-star level, but sold drugs on the side. He luckily avoided jail until age 24, when a fight with his ex-fiancée landed him behind bars for 8 months.
It was a transformation. It was the first time in my life I kind of looked at myself in the mirror and said, I can't do this anymore.
Now a free man, Clarence Bethea reaches out to others who are just like him. Clarence Bethea's passion is for thousands of ex-offenders to get their second chance, just as he is getting his.
I want to be that person that's able to take this population, and no matter what you've done, I want to be the shining light for you.
And it is a remarkable story. You're telling everybody about it when you get an opportunity. You love football, you love sports, you coach basketball, but you're into changing lives.
Yep, and what we're doing is going around the country right now and really changing the perception of what an ex-offender is. I'm an ex-offender, and once people see my story, they're amazed because they never viewed an ex-offender in that light.
You're a teddy bear and a hard-working guy, I'm told, and former basketball player at Bemidji State.
Yep.
Well, you have big people on your team. David Cook here at 7. You have the CEO of Best Buy.
Yes, sir.
You keep touching lives with your story and your persistence. I would imagine that you're not going to be done until you've made a gigantic difference.
No, not until we stop the way our prison system is ran, not until we provide this population, which is 65 million people around the country, with at least an opportunity. And we can't get them all jobs, but what we can do is provide them with opportunities.
So on Monday Night Football here at 7, are you talking X's and O's, a little testimonial, or kind of a jambalaya of sorts?
It's definitely a jambalaya. So we really try to spend our time talking about a bunch of different things, but at the end of the day, it's about really having a bunch of fun with young professionals and networking with each other.
So if you're interested, even piqued your interest a little bit, tell them once again how they can get in touch with you.
You can go to our website, www.secondchancestaffing.com. I also have a personal site, www.clarencebethea.com. You can check out all our information and contact us.
And we have all those links at GameOnTVMN.com as well. Can't wait to sit in with you on Monday Night Football, and more good things to come.
Yep, thanks for having me.
Clarence in the house, only here on Game On. Time now for the Wheels of Thunder week ahead, and as we look at it, the Vikings are on the road to the city with big shoulders at Chicago October 16th. The Twins, 132 days away from spring training, and the Gophers are back on October 22nd, hosting Nebraska at TCF Bank Stadium. The Wild, October 13th against Edmonton. Buffalo is visiting the Swarm at the first of the new year, and the Valkyrie against Los Angeles on October 14th. Don't forget, join us November 7th at Mall of America's Taste of the NFL stages. It's night to help eradicate hunger. Go to tasteofthenfl.com for more information. On the Wheels of Thunder radar, October 14th and 15th, the Ogilvy Raceway Nationals. October 15th and 16th, the Big Money Bracket Weekend in Sabin, and the Frankensteiner Ball in Anoka that same weekend. On the 7 front, Monday Night Football at 7 with Clarence, Bethea. A Walk to Remember the Love for Japan project on the 23rd of October. And Halloween weekend is not one day, but it lasts the weekend at 7. Time for our Superstar segment. Each and every week we take time to focus on our young athletes in the neighborhood. No different this week. Eden Prairie Swimming is on our radar. This is Kelly Boston, the head coach at Eden Prairie. Emma Novak is her star senior swimmer. Coach, when we break this down, there is greatness everywhere in the hallways at Eden Prairie. Football, basketball, and swimming.
And swimming.
It must be nice to have those competitive athletes at all different levels.
It absolutely is. I think it makes our swimmers realize to get notoriety in our school, we have to do things to stand out.
Yeah.
Last year we were second at state. We won conference last year by 1 point. We beat Edina, or sections, we beat Edina by 1 point, and we actually have Minnesota's only national record belongs to Eden Prairie.
Wow. So when we talk about conferences, you're in a conference that is ultra competitive, isn't
Yeah.
it? What, how so?
I mean, last year, like Kelly said, we won sections by 1 point, and I mean, sometimes it comes down to the last relay, and we really have to like get out there and race. So, but it's really fun.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's tough, but it's really fun.
And Eden Prairie is on you're having a good season.
We're having a great season.
Talk about that.
We have had 3 of our 4 dual meets.
Nice.
They've all been very close.
Yep.
Edina beat us. We beat Minnetonka by 2 points, and last week we were beaten by Wayzata, but they're all really tight dual meets. We have to have our best swimmers swim in their best events and really duke it out, so it's really fun.
Well, it's great to have you here. Great to talk about girls swimming, and continued best wishes to you. Are you going to be, have you picked your college yet?
I have not, but I'm thinking about swimming, so I mean,
Very
we'll
nice.
see. It depends on where I go. But
We're going to keep our eye on Emma. Thank you very, very much. It's Eden Prairie Swimming in our focus here on Game On. The loudest voice of all is always the voice of the fan. Brought to us by Fan HQ at the Ridgedale Mall. Our 4th out of the 4 teams you need to look for as champions this fall in high school hockey. Brought to us by Pete Wagner of mnhockeyhub.com.
The Egan Wildcats, with a huge 3rd place finish last year, return a bunch of veterans. Michael Zajac, Merchant, the company are very good. They've got good defensemen, and they're going to bid. But look out for the Edina Hornets. They are very deep, very good, a very good hockey team, and incredibly well coached. Look out.
Wallingberg and Deebly believes in families. We understand and support families in all their many forms. And when legal problems arise in the family, Wallingberg and Deebly is there. Wallingberg and Deebly, the premier family law firm of Minnesota. When you need us, call 612-326-3453 or visit wbdlaw.com.
Ever feel like you're missing out on mobile internet because smartphone plans cost too much? T-Mobile's here to help. With America's largest 4G network, Facebook, gaming, entertainment, T-Mobile gives you all this for just $49.99.
Introducing T-Mobile's best plan ever. Unlimited data, talk, and text. 2 lines, just $49.99 each for a limited time. From America's largest 4G network.
T-Mobile.
Check out our latest 4G smartphones like the HTC Sensation and the MyTouch 4G Slide.
And this week on the Mayak Minute, we're talking about Week 5 of the 2011 football season. It was a gigantic one in the Mayak. The Tommy-Johnny showdown not only set an attendance record, it had hearts fluttering. Biggest upset of the season. St. Thomas shattered the previous attendance record by more than 2,000 spectators, cramming 10,420 into O'Shaughnessy Stadium in St. Paul. You know the rivalry is marked by unbelievably close games down to the final play over the last couple of seasons, but not this time. Third-ranked Tommies, 49-0 at halftime. Final was 63-7. The action continues to heat up throughout the month of October, and only here we give it all to you. The Mayak Minute with great athletes, great students, great experiences here on Game On. Over the last couple of weeks, we've been taking time to talk about movies as well. Sports movies. Moneyball has been the big one over the last few weeks. One opening this weekend is a boxing movie. Fans of all types are going to like this one. It's called Real Steel with Hugh Jackman, the choreography by Sugar Ray Leonard. I had a chance to catch up with those two, and they are really into it.
Charlie Kenton is in the house!
As a boxer, he could take any punch any guy could deliver.
Time has not been good to you, my friend.
The fight game has changed. Human boxing is dead. Now it's a whole different game.
I loved every second of it. I think a lot of people presume special effects movies or movies that have special effects in it. I don't think this is really a special effects movie. It's real human story, but people assume that for actors it's a nightmare. But we had Spielberg as executive producer, and he told Sean, he said, I suggest you use real robots whenever you can. So he agreed to let us build 4 real robots.
Right uppercut!
You know, Hugh was talking earlier about the movie and how he feels it's authentic and how you were really intense when it came to working with him and everyone else. That's got to be a credit to you.
You know, I really wanted to kind of put a stamp of authenticity in the movie. And Hugh was a perfect student, no question about that. I mean, he's an athlete already, and he's an incredible actor. Those things combined, he was able to pull off what he should look like or feel like in being an ex-fighter or a trainer. And that was my main objective, too.
Wait. Now!
And I see out of some notes that your dad was digging the fact that you're working with Sugar Ray.
I think he finally thought that I'd actually made it. And, you know, he was like, the only time I saw him like that was at the Oscars. And not really because I was hosting, but because he was sitting next to Sophia Loren for 3.5 hours. This is my dad. I was up there and he was like here.
This is what it's all about!
What a thrill it was to meet Hugh Jackman and Sugar Ray Leonard talking about this movie. Good movie, too. Real Steel is in theaters and open this weekend. And that is it for us. Don't forget, the Vikings and Arizona, high noon on Fox 9. Scott, the Vikings need a win.
Yeah, it's Viking time!
And we'll leave it at that. Thanks for letting us be a part of your Sunday. Have a great one. Keep your game on.